Well, okay. Alright guys, it's like 8 o'clock or so. I just woke up. I'm getting ready to go to the store to go pick up Mario Odyssey. It comes out today. And before I step out, I'm like, you know, let me just double check Fire Emblem Heroes. Let me make sure nothing is going on or they didn't announce anything. And it turns out that they did. So before I leave to go to the store, we're just going to quickly talk about the Halloween banner spoilers that they showed. They already have the trailer up. This is not going to be a very long video, guys. First and foremost, go ahead and summon. There's really nothing you can get on this banner that's going to be a troll summon. All of the units, in my opinion, are good. And what's really interesting about this banner is that pretty much all the units, aside from one of them, is a unique type for their team. So we're going to get into all that good stuff as I'm talking about the units, but pretty much go ahead and summon to your heart's content. There's really no reason not to, especially if these are going to be limited time units that don't show up ever again. Which I really wish that in the future they would do a rerun of some, not all of course, but some of the limited time units, like the most important ones. I hope they do a banner like that later on in the future, just to give people who started playing the game later on a second shot at pulling those units. Alright, but anyway, let's just jump right in. The first unit we're going to talk about is Sakura. She's a dagger and she's colorless, and she's wearing a kitty costume, so it's actually pretty cute. Her weapon is the Kitty Paddle Plus, and it's got 8 might and 2 range, and it's effective against mages. So this is already better than the Poison Dagger Plus, since the Poison Dagger only had 5 might and it was only effective against infantry. The difference here is that this one is effective against all colors of magic. So it doesn't matter if they're on a horse or if they're on a dragon or a Pegasus or whatever. This weapon is going to be super effective against them. So it's a whole lot less restrictive than the Poison Dagger, and she's going to be able to nail every mage in the game, no problem. It also has a secondary effect where they lose 7 defense and res after combat, but she's probably just going to one-shot them if it's really effective against magic. She has Glacius as her special attack, pretty good. Now she has Warding Stance 3 in her A slot. It's going to give her 6 res when she gets attacked, so pretty good. It doesn't matter if they're a range away or if they're right in front of her. So it's a little better than Distant Defense in that regard, but it's really not better than Distant Defense, because anyone attacking you with magic is going to be attacking you at a range anyway. So you probably want to replace this with Distant Defense 3 if you have a spare Celica. If not, then Warding Stance 3 is definitely fine by all means. You can also give her the Distant Defense 3 seal and then make her really dominate every mage in the game. Now she has Guard 3 in the B slot. This one is actually really clutch because it's going to decrease the opponent's special cooldown by 1 anytime they hit you, as long as she's above 80% HP. So any magic opponent, like Reinhardt for example, that can attack you and really quickly build up their special attack and then try to nail you with said special attack on the next turn, it's not going to work out. So this Sakura is pretty much a Reinhardt check hard body. She's just going to dominate him. And she also has Dagger Valor 3. Very good skill. It's going to double SP for all your dagger units. So overall, Sakura is a very good unit. She's the only unit on this banner that is not unique to her class. So she's just an infantry dagger like we've seen before. But we're going to get into some really crazy ones now. So the next one is Jacob. He's dressed up as the Frankenstein monster. He is a bow armor. Yes, you heard me right. He's an armor unit with a bow. So he's got the Monstrous Bow Plus. It's got 12 might and 2 range. It's strong against flyers like all bows. And after combat, bonuses become penalties on all foes in 2 spaces after the foe's next action. Sorry about that. So it's pretty much the Panic Ploy effect in the form of one of the smoke skills like Smoke Attack, Smoke Speed, or Speed Smoke and Attack Smoke. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's going to give the Panic Ploy effect. It's not a legendary bow, so you may want to replace that possibly with the Slaying Bow from Leon. He has Ignis as his special attack, very good skill. He has Bracing Blow 2, which is going to give him defense and res up 4 during combat if he initiates. You'll probably want to replace that for something else. I'm not sure what though. Probably something to make him tankier or stronger. It's just going to depend on how you want to build him. And then he has Wary Fighter 3 in the B slot. Very powerful skill for armor units, since it's going to let you avoid getting doubled, and it's also going to prevent you from doubling. But if this guy is slow like most of the armor units, that's not going to be too big a deal for him. You could also give him the Brave Bow Plus to let him automatically force a double despite having Wary Fighter, so that could be cool. Okay, next unit we have is Henry. He's a green mage, and he is also an armor. So this is the first time we have an armored mage in the game. His weapon is Spectral Tome Plus. It's got 12 might and 2 range, and what it says here is, after combat, bonuses become penalties on all foes in 2 spaces during their next action. So it's the same thing as Jacob's Monstrous Bow. It's going to do the Panic Ploy effect to all foes after he fights somebody. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I would definitely switch this for Grand Blade Plus on him, so you can finally make some real use of Hone Armor and Fortify Armor. We're starting to get to the point now that we have these ranged armor units where Ward Armor isn't going to be the end-all be-all on the armor team. So the actual armor buff skills are going to make a difference now, especially with the Brave Bow on Jacob and Grand Blade on Henry. He has Reprisal, which you may want to change out. I don't know if you want to keep that. There's a lot of better choices for him. He has Live for Honor, which is just going to help you grind better. There's really not much to say about this. They already give out quite a bunch of badges already. I've never been at a badge deficit ever. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about that. He's got Armor March 3, which was up until this point only on Amelia. So very powerful skill on the armor team, especially if you're going to start running skills like Hone and Fortify Armor. This one is going to be really nice on that team. So Henry is really good, dressed up as Dracula or any old vampire. I guess it doesn't have to be Dracula. And a lot of people actually predicted that he was going to be Leo. So anyone, I know there were a few people that thought it was Henry. So the people that thought it was Henry, good job. You guys got it right. Anyone who expected it to be Leo, I guess better luck next time. Okay, so the final unit on this banner, we have Naui. She's dressed up as a witch. She's on a broom, and she's a flying red mage. So the flying team finally has a mage for every color now. Her weapon is Grimoire, and it's a legendary weapon. It's got 14 might and 2 range, and what it says here is, if unit has above or equal to half health, unit can move to a space adjacent to any ally within 2 spaces. So it's pretty much the same thing as that passive skill that Elincia had in the B slot. I already forgot what it was called, but it just lets her jump to an ally if she's above half health. It's okay, especially since it combos nicely with her A slot passive here, but I would highly suggest just replacing that for Rower Blade Plus from Tharia so you can get some really big damage numbers. She has Reposition, very good skill for a flyer to have. Now her A slot passive is the unique one here. It's Attack and Res Bond 3, and what it says is grants attack and res up 5 to this unit during combat if unit is adjacent to an ally. So it's comboing with her weapon since that lets her jump to allies, and this is technically better than Swift Sparrow if we ever got one that was attack and speed bond. I don't know if it's always going to be better though. It's not the easiest thing in the world to be adjacent to an ally when you're initiating an attack, but you could set it up that way and just get attack and res up 5 or attack and speed up 5. I really like this idea for the bond skills, and I hope they go ahead and give us the rest of them. She has Live for Bounty in the B slot, same thing as Bunny Camilla, but really, just like Live for Honor on Henry, you really don't need this. They already give out enough of these things. And she has Hone Flyers in the C slot, which was up until this point only on Hinoka. So if you couldn't summon Hinoka, you can always try to summon Naui, and you'll be killing 2 birds in 1 stone, not only getting a Hone Flyer unit for your team, but also getting a flying mage to add to your team. And the reason why Naui is especially good on that team is because the flying team just gets smashed in the face by Brave Ike really badly. So having a red mage on that team is going to be a godsend, especially if you didn't manage to summon Elincia like me. So yeah, Naui is going to be an epic unit, really powerful and really good. There's not much to say, guys. So yeah, go ahead and summon as much as you want. There's really no downsides here. Every one of these units is going to be amazing to add to your box. They're all really good. So yeah, as always, this is Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm getting ready to go to the store to pick up Mario Odyssey now. So I'll see you guys later. I'll probably do a live stream of that as well. So look forward to that if you've got the time. So yeah, as always, cheers, have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.